Well, I want him. I want to see some speed because I think he has it. But more importantly, I want him to play without the concern that first game guys, first time they're kind of playing with your team, they don't want to make a mistake. I don't want that game. I want him to go and play with speed and a little bit of freedom, and then we'll fix the mistakes we don't like. But I don't want him tentative tonight.
Coach, a lot to like about that second and third period the
Yeah.
other night against Pittsburgh. What do you want to try and capitalize on and carry on into this one against Vegas?
Well, we've been lacking offensive zone time and pucks to a net, pucks that have gotten through, and we were really good in that department. We had some great chances to score, and for the most part, it was in structure. It wasn't hope plays. So I want to see that speed in our offensive game. We've been in and out of this offensive zone too quickly. We haven't created enough chaos either on our hunts or just plays that we put to the net that we pounce on. So we're going to push hard here to see if we can grow in that area, get better in that area. It's not something that we've ever had to spend a whole lot of time on. We play in very tight games, and I've said, you know, on the record, oh, I like playing in those tight games, but we're a goal away from it, right? Almost on our power play's been pretty darn good overall. Our penalty killing's fallen off. That's a goal, but our 5-on-5 game is consistently under this year, which you might expect. So we've got to find a different way to do it. And part of that is just getting faster and maybe a little bit more focus on it. We've almost been a defense first, and we can't lose that team. But we've got to get some offense going here.
Watching the tape, or what did you see anything that you liked from flipping?
Yeah, if you go back, they played a game together on that road trip, and they were easily, so I'm talking about Rodriguez with Verhage and Reinhart. They were the one line that had generated some offense in that game. And we were always looking for more, and it's interesting, you make changes to look for more, you get less, right? And so we kind of ran the course of that, but we came back to that line. In that Lundell's line is just dynamic when they're with Brad, and then we saw a different player out of A2. So they have to stay together. They're good, and then I've got to find the right combinations with the other players.
Any concern with Sam's numbers right now?
For him, because it'll wear on a player. That's it. I mean, I truly would get to the end of the year and not be really sure who led our team in scoring. It's not a critical piece, but I am aware at times. He had a couple months there in December, January area last year. He went a couple months without scoring a goal. So, and he turned out to have a pretty good finish to his season. That's all I'm looking at is how does it affect him for the next game. If as long as I just don't want him carrying. He's got a banged up number of minuses, but he was on for 4 straight empty net goals. But you carry that. They're a proud man. That's all. I just don't want him carrying it into the next game.
Back to Cole, just how do you see him fitting with A.J. Jonah, and just the fact that those two wingers have been together and they have the experience in their style, how much can that help him as he gets situated?
They have a pretty clear idea of what they should look like, especially as a forechecking line. They can articulate that to Cole, and it is a speed-based, physical-based, quickness on change of possession-based forechecking group, and they can tell them, right? It's consistent when it's good. So consistency for a player coming in his first game, you got two guys that are going to do pretty much, you know exactly what they're going to do, what they're going to try to do anyway. That'll help you play faster.
And everything's good with that club?
Yes.
Looking at Jack Beckley's off to a great start this year. Every guy kind of in that tier in the NHL has maybe some unique part of their game. In your mind, when you watch the tape, what is maybe his defining trait?
I think his hands are incredible. I mean, he's truly, truly elitely gifted in those. But the biggest change, you go back to Buffalo now, is his success in the defensive parts of the game and in the way they play. They put a lot of pressure on their center icemen to be good in their own end, to not cheat the game, and there's none of it. So those are the best players in the world are really strong with their numbers, and he's leading the league, I believe. But they don't do it at the expense of some really fine defensive work, and I think he's really strong with that.
Is there any, we haven't, just Thomas Nosek, I know he had knee surgery. Is there like any timeline or?
He's in the Kulikov group, right? So it'll be around before or slightly after the break, but I would think in around, he's months and months.
We just never got it.
Yeah, a similar injury to to Sasha, it happened a month earlier.
Goaltender?
Sergey plays tonight.
Bobrovsky.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks